Howdy and welcome. You are listening to A Mom's Guide to Wine Short Stories. And today, we'll be telling you about... Do you want to say it or do you want me to say it?
Don't shit yourself.
Don't shit your pants. Don't do it. We're going to scare you. Edge of your seat thrills.
Oh, yeah? You think so?
I'm that's what I'm going with, but I doubt it. I don't tell a good ghost story.
It's the end of spooky season for us here.
Yes.
And to round it all out, we decided to go on a ghost tour.
It was so much fun.
So much fun.
We did the Guiding Spirit ghost tours with Destiny.
She was very sweet.
Very sweet. We highly recommend. And we did this in Spring, Texas. We went and hung out with Rosie's sister at her new place of business that's going to be opening out in spring. And
one day we might do a podcast from there.
Yeah, we're hoping
if it ever
to.
Opens.
Yeah, we're impatiently waiting because it's going to be really, really badass once it opens. Like, I have really high expectations for her place now after seeing it. I'm like, so you've set the bar up here. I'm going to need you to make it up
Make
here.
it happen. It's going to be super family friendly.
Yeah, she's got like a playscape and fenced yards and adult hangout areas. I mean,
there will be alcohol.
Kids can hang out there too because it's got playscapes, but it's really cool. Like, I think she's got a very good vision going, and I think it's going to work out beautifully.
Just has to come to fruition.
She's got to get her liquor license and finish.
Just like the apparitions we saw. They came to fruition.
They did. So, on this guided ghost tour we did with Destiny, it was us and my daughter and our friend Angie and then Rosie's sister and your niece. Yeah, your niece. And so we were a nice little group. We're a little gaggle of like ducks walking around down the streets of Spring, Texas.
And fortunately for us, no one else was joining our little tour. It was just us.
I know, it was very nice. So
then I could say whatever I wanted.
It was very entertaining. It was. Destiny told some really good stories. We got some interesting pictures.
Yes. Frightening. I don't like one. One creeps me out a lot.
Yeah. We are going to post them because I think they're important.
But we have to allow you time to simmer on our story.
Simmer, see what's going to happen, or I guess you're going to listen to what's going to happen because you obviously can't see us.
It's a podcast.
Oh my gosh. It's been too long since we've recorded. That's the problem. It's been, almost a month.
3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yeah, a month.
Ugh.
So, here we are, back in my new recording studio. And you can't see, but I'm showing it off to you, so take a look. Take a look. There you go. It's nice. And it's less...
Let us know how we did on the echoes.
Yeah, it's a little less echoey. It's a little smaller. I still want to finish decorating, but making progress. So we're going to take it as it comes. Do you just want to, like, go through, like, what they covered in the ghost tour?
Sure.
Like...
This is relatively unscripted. We just went last night, and so it's fresh on our minds.
Mm-hmm. I literally just wrote, like, notes of, like, where we went.
Yeah.
So, I do have notes.
I did less effort. I showed up.
Yeah, you did. I'm so proud of you. You drove.
I did drive, and that is a big challenge for me, so...
I was so proud of you. We learned about cannibalistic Native Americans.
Yeah.
That were ran out in the curse.
I've never heard that story. So we found out about Spring, Texas. Someone just told us that it was the...
it's the ghost capital of Texas.
Yeah, someone just mentioned that to us, and then we started looking it up, and we found this ghost tour. First things out of her mouth was that it was like the 6th haunted city in the U.S. or something like that, and... It was the most haunted city in Texas. I was like, look at that. It was an interesting little town.
It's very cute. I would like to see it in the daylight. In the dark, it's a little on the creepy side. But they were looking very festive. They were hanging their Christmas lights, so they got that going for them.
A little early, but yeah.
A little early. But they were talking about curses on the land, and so a lot of buildings have the trees built the buildings are built around the trees. I think I started that wrong. So you got a tree, and it's literally growing in the middle of a building.
Yeah.
And that was kind of strange.
And there were a lot of little houses, and the reason that is because the houses, if you tear them down and rebuild them, it was supposed to kind of invoke the curse too, I guess.
Yeah, and so they said there's lots of fires and buildings being destroyed, and everybody, it sounds like, believes that is because of the curse from the Native American tribe that was ran off their land.
So we didn't have time, since this happened last night, to, like, fact-check any of this.
So you're just going with it. You're going to go with it like we did.
Cannibalistic Native Americans. That's interesting.
That's what she said. I recorded it
because I never heard of that in my life.
That. So that's what she said.
Anyway.
There was that building that had the 2 front doors, and she said that was a strange building. And we went, oh, I've seen plenty of buildings with 2 front doors.
Yeah.
It happens. Usually it's because it's a split building, right? Well, it's what she said. It used to be only one half of the building existed, and then they added the other side, and now it has 2 front doors. That makes sense. But apparently there's a ghost named Henry who likes his breakfast every day with a cup of tea. Mm-hmm. They were serving him coffee, and he didn't like that.
And when he wasn't being served, he would mess with everyone trying to get their attention by pulling on their clothes.
Yeah. How creepy is that? You're like, I'm trying to just bring you some food, and you grab me. Like, the hell. I guess at least it's a ghost and not an actual person, because then I think it's a sexual assault lawsuit or something. I can imagine. I just can imagine.
I don't think Henry is from nowadays.
Well, he should still have some manners, right? We don't pinch people on the bottoms anymore. Maybe somebody should talk to him.
Was that a part of the story? I missed that part.
He said he was grabbing people. I mean, like, where would you grab somebody?
I don't grab people's bottoms.
Oh. Oh. That might be why HR talks to me so often. We're going to skip that part.
Anyway.
And then there was an orphanage, and I don't believe any good ghost tour happens without an orphanage story.
And that one was really cool that they picked up that building and brought it to Spring and put it down.
Yeah, where did they say that came from?
I can't remember.
Somewhere in Texas.
Somewhere else.
It's probably in my recording. I just didn't write it down. But I thought, oh yeah, we have to have an orphanage. And it's not a ghost tour without an orphanage. And they're like, there's children's spirits there. It looks like an old hotel. And she said at some point it was a hotel, but it was also an orphanage at some point in time in its life. But it looks like your typical, roadside stand type
Motels
hotel.
Look like.
Yeah. But now it's full of stores, and it's really cute. And it was yellow?
Very yellow.
Very yellow.
But most of the houses in that town are brightly colored.
Yeah. And they said the main thing they get besides the children activity is the shadow man on the balcony. And that picture was creepy that she showed us.
She said that was like a caretaker, they think.
I don't know.
They hypothesize.
I don't know. I don't like tall, shadowy figures. And it's definitely a tall, shadowy figure. So.
It was.
I'm done with that one. We went to the doll hospital. And it's what you would think. It was a hospital full of dolls. That's it. She said during the day,
and you can see the workstation from the glass from the windows.
Yeah, they do,
it's kind of creepy.
Doll repair. You can, kids can bring their dolls in, and they have nurses that work there that check them and check for vitals, which she made a good point. I don't know if anybody else heard her, but she said, I wonder what happens if the readings come back. And I went,
no, I didn't catch that.
Oh, I don't like that joke. I don't like that joke
at all. A lot of dolls tend to have a good vessel for entities to decide to be a part of. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my daughter was really excited about the dolls, and I, for the life of me, cannot figure out why she was so enthusiastic to go see them. Mm. She has no dolls.
I don't know, but
I just want to be clear.
When we were walking through that parking lot, someone almost hit me and our buddy in with their car, and I was a little perturbed about that. But
yeah, you wasn't very excited
about the doll hospital.
Yeah, you know. Anyway, it was just creepy. It's just dolls. That was the creepiest part. It's just full of dolls. We didn't see anything there. They have a historical museum, and they said there's dancing shadows in there, which I thought, oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, my sister said that her husband would never dance with her even after death.
Yeah, she's like, it's not going to happen. That was
like,
a good
they
one.
were committed. They were a committed couple.
Yeah, they were. But the historical museum, she said, was free. And so I'm thinking if we go back, we should totally, because I'm a museum-y person, I want to go, now I want to go see it.
And read all the little bits.
And I like free stuff. So it's like right up there with everything I like. Then we went to the funeral home. It was a funeral home turned hippie commune turned bridal shop.
Not our words.
Not our words. Totally Destiny said these things exactly. So the funeral home, back when it was a funeral home, apparently they didn't have a hospital or a doctor's office, and this couple got in an accident, and so when they were in the accident, they took them to the funeral home because it was the cleanest place they had to take somebody who was injured, and they died in the funeral home. So 2 birds, 1 stone. They didn't have to move the bodies when they were done. So there you go.
They said that there's a lot of spirits that they decided to just give a section of the home to.
Yes, she did
and
say
so they
that.
just don't go there.
Yeah, it's in the contract you cannot go into that part of the house.
Yeah.
It's like blocked off.
Because they told spirits, you can have this area.
Yeah, if you just leave us alone.
And that was another thing that kind of was resounding in this little tour, was that there was a lot of angry spirits in this town compared to other tours I've been on, where they were present but not necessarily like poltergeisty.
Yeah, they're not doing anything.
But there was a lot of stories of things
these guys
being very
do stuff.
aggressive.
Yeah. There was that gazebo at that park where she said was the site of 2 lovers that were murdered.
They were shot.
Yeah, they were shot, and they never caught the murderers. And they were supposedly engaged and going to get married, but they were murdered before that happened. That was kind of sad.
And now they hang out with the tree and the gazebo.
Yeah, which is a really pretty looking.
And they had a really cool photo of it too.
She did. She had a photo of you could literally see a man and a woman like standing together outside the gazebo. So that was kind of a cool photo. They had the ice house.
That was the only time I felt uneasy, was the ice house.
Yeah?
Yeah. And when we were walking away from it, I felt like I walked into somebody and I stumbled backwards. So that happened, and I looked at my sister and I go, wow.
So the ice house is literally just like 4 brick walls with a door on each end, and you can walk like straight through it. They said it was, a bathroom? Why is the bathroom out in the middle of a parking lot? I couldn't figure that part out.
I don't know.
But that's why there was hand dryers.
They said there was a basement.
And there was a basement too, but why is a bathroom? Because I need to be more clear, I guess. It's sitting in the middle of a parking lot. Like, there's a building,
there's nothing around it.
10 to 20 yards away.
And it's only maybe 10 foot by 6 foot. Like, it's a small little space with no roof.
No roof, not anymore. Maybe it did when it was a bathroom. But that's why I had did you see the hand dryer in the corner?
Yeah.
But it was weird. And I was like, so...
And they said there was a basement, and that's where they kept all the ice. And then all of the bodies would go on ice.
If you died in the summer, you went in the ice house to be prepped for your funeral.
And then they would just, rinse off the ice and give it to the townspeople.
Which that made me gag a little. I didn't feel anything like the whole tour until the end, but we can get there. But yeah, the ice house, apparently a lot of people felt stuff. I know my daughter was like, it was really just a bad vibe. She's like, I just don't feel like I like it.
And then she showed us photos of other participants on other nights that got scratched. And I was like, I'm glad that didn't show up today, because I would have just ran for the hills.
Yeah, we'd have been like, well, this was fun.
I don't do poltergeisty stuff.
This is fun. Bye. They have the old train depot that's still there. And it has the original floor. She said the building has burnt down, twice?
I think so.
Which is nuts. This building burnt down at least twice, and in both times, the floor was left undamaged. And so they've just...
And that it's the original floor.
And yeah. And it's been there since the trains were put in. And she said, what was that, in the early 1900s, late 1800s, somewhere in that, when the trains were coming across?
Crazy.
So this train depot has been there for forever. Forever. Since the start of the town. That's the whole reason the town